Chamberlain, and I'm here with my guest co-host Lori, and you are watching Morning Coffee. We're into our second hour this morning, and so far it's been pretty interesting. What do you think, Lori?
It's been great.
Yeah, what do you think about those Wegos?
I'm buying one. As soon as we leave, I'm going online, mywego.com, and I'm buying them.
They were really, really cool. Well, speaking of cool and cooler than cool, our guests this morning are the band, not the full band, some of the members of the band Zymotic Flow. And I'm here with Alex, Don, and Eric. Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Hi, thanks
for coming on. Now it's probably kind of early for you guys, right?
It's super early.
Did you have your coffee?
Yeah, something like that.
I have to tell our viewers just a little bit of a backstory. About a year and a half ago, you guys know that I work out every day, and I was doing my my daily 2-mile walk. In my town that I live in, we have it's exactly 2 miles from my house from one end to the other. So I'm doing my walk and I run into this man here on the walk, and we just start talking about music and stuff. And I said, well, I host this music show. You should consider coming on. And he sent me some videos and we chatted back and forth, but then we kind of just let it go for a while. And then our station here was in flux and we were getting ready to reopen and start up Morning Coffee. And I serendipitously ran into him about 3 weeks ago, and it had been almost a whole year. And there he is on the walk, and I'm like, gosh, I need to get you on. So we chatted for a little bit, and I said, we're ready now. We're ready to go. I would love to have you on as musical guest. So they're here finally, and I'm really happy about it. So that's my little community backstory with Alex and I on the wildflower walks. And I probably won't see you on the walk for another year now that you've been here, right?
Yeah, me and Watson.
So since it's been a whole year, what have you been up to?
A lot of things. We're writing new songs. We're still recording, and we're trying to promote our old EP. We have a new bass player, which has been great, and we're just keep moving. Now
do you play any instruments as well? I know you sing.
I don't in the band, but I do play guitar.
Okay. And what do you play?
Guitar.
Guitar.
I'm drummer.
Drummer.
Yeah. I knew it. You look like a drummer.
Yes, absolutely. Right. So I have a big question. Zymotic Flow. How did you come up with the name, and does it have a special meaning?
Let's defer to Don on this one.
So I realized when we were a young band and we would play shows that had more than 2 or 3 bands, or if we got put onto a website or a write-up or anything really, that we would be sort of crammed in the middle and not really noticed. And so I wanted a band that would appear either at the top or the very bottom of an alphabetical list.
I got it.
And the top is mostly numbers, which I didn't want to do because it seemed a bit trendy and I couldn't think of any good reason to do that. So I started thumbing through the dictionary, and I found the word zymotic, which I fell in love with just because I had never heard of it. And
what does it mean?
So zymotic is a term for a contagious disease.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a general term for a contagious disease. And I thought it was brilliant because it's a Z and a Y.
Mm-hmm.
How much further into the alphabet can you get?
You're guaranteed to be at the very end.
Yeah, and how many
ZZ
words
Top
begin
will always
with
be
that?
at the very end. And I don't think there's
Exactly.
any, unless we're ZZZ Top, I'm pretty sure there's no way that we can get that spot. But we're not going to appear on any lists with that band, so more than likely anyway. So it's worked out up until now. And then we added the flow part first just because we didn't want to just necessarily be a contagious disease, which didn't seem all that appealing. But it also just kind of had a ring, and at the time what we were playing was a little bit more what I would call sort of trippy.
Yes, I listened to and watched some of your videos from the earlier days.
Yeah, it was definitely a different thing. And the name, we've had a few different incarnations over the years, and the name has just always kind of stuck. And I'm not sure why, because people always have a hard time pronouncing it and
or
reading
remembering it.
Or remembering it,
But
which probably isn't the best thing for a name.
yeah, I know. We discussed it when I joined the band maybe 3 years ago.
It's just you put so much work into it to keep it and get it going. And
It's like a
establish
brand
it.
name,
Yeah.
It just says that once you have something established, when you go to change it, you kind of lose
You're gonna
everything,
lose
and you gotta
everything.
start over. So we decided against it, and we also considered it again.
Yeah.
Recently, we got a new bass player in February, and then we kind of just decided against it again.
I don't know. I really like the name. I didn't know what it meant, but I just think I like the way it sounds when you say it, Zymotic Flow. And, it can invoke lots of different kinds of images. Trippy is one of them for me. That's kind of what I think. But I think it's a really cool name, and it's very unusual and different, so I don't think you should change it.
Thanks.
Well, that was the most important thing to me. That I definitely wanted something a little more unusual, something that sort of popped out. I didn't realize people would have such a hard time with it, though.
Right.
It seemed like a pretty simple word at the time. 3 syllables. It's written pretty clearly.
But maybe it's good that they kind of remembered that ZY thing, you know what I mean? Because then it'll get them to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if they really can't pronounce it, they just go straight for Z Flow.
There you go, Z Flow.
Which is used more often than
That's very commercial.
Or Zymo, people call it Zymo.
Zymo?
So whatever, it's called something.
There's lots of regurgitations of it.
Yeah.
So you're recording now, or are you recording some new stuff now, or are you still working on the older?
We're writing some new stuff with Craig, who's our bass player, and Dan, the keyboardist.
Right, who can't be here today, sorry.
Yeah.
Aw.
So we like to we don't really record albums or EPs, really. It's really we record singles, because that's kind of like the thing that we do nowadays, or like the thing that happens nowadays. It's kind of, you don't really put out well, people do put out albums, but it's easier to promote a single.
It is.
So like every few months or so, we'll go and record a single song and release that, and then we'll put it on a CD with some other songs or by itself or whatever.
So speaking of recording and writing, do you have a special place that you go to for your inspiration or to create, or is it whenever it just strikes you when you're writing songs?
Recently, it's Don will think of something and then send it to me somehow, or he'll come over and play it, and I'll kind of like write my portion, and then we'll take it to the band and then see what happens, and then a lot of stuff changes. Like we rewrite parts and go over, and Don's the master of rewriting parts like 5 minutes before we go on stage.
Oh my gosh, 5 minutes before? That's nerve-wracking.
Let's try doing it this way.
Quick, just change your key, Alex. Just take it up another octave, right?
Yeah, something like that. So, no, it's always exciting and interesting, and it's not always one person. It usually starts with a small idea, and you kind of take it to a logical conclusion.
Yeah, it's really, I always find songwriting very, very interesting, an interesting process, because it starts as a tiny little inkling of an idea, maybe just a word that you hear. I mean, that's how I am, and I see something, and then it just starts to snowball, and it grows and it grows and it grows, and sometimes it could take a year or two to finish a song.
Yeah.
And sometimes songs are never finished.
The hardest thing is they'll come up with an idea, and then they have to sit there and let us just
work on it.
And it gets kind of hard because they present this idea that they worked on.
Yeah.
And it's hard. We're not. Sometimes we, about ideas, and most of the time it falls right into place.
Well, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We're going to look at some images, so stay tuned.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Your credit score is yours, and at Experian Credit Expert, we want to help you really use it. With access to helpful Experian experts over the phone and online, we can help you use it to get a better idea of what info the banks have on you. Use it to get more choice of mortgages. Use it to make your money go further. Take the next step to improving your financial future with your free 30-day trial at Experian.co.uk.
here at Freppi's Tex-Mex, you can definitely taste the freshness in our food. You should definitely come to Freppi's because it's a great place. You can bring your family, very kid-friendly. All my servers are amazing, friendly people. Everyone here is just happy to serve, and I think it shows. The thing that sets us apart is the quality and freshness of our food. And I think once you try it, you'd be coming back. I'm Joe DeSario, co-owner of Freppi's Tex-Mex in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Hey there, everybody. This is Scott Tanker, host of Lunch with the Boss on RadioVisionNetwork.com. I want you to visit me each and every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, where we have special guests talking about the dynamics between employees and employers. We talk about their business. We let our audience know, that's you folks, what these businesses are all about and how we can make the working environment better, while at the same time learning about the local businesses here in the Delaware Valley. So, I'm host of Lunch with the Boss. My name is Scott Tanker. I want to see you here every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Be there or be square. Thanks a lot.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Well, welcome back. I'm Charlene Chamberlain, and I'm here with Lori, my guest co-host, show host, and you're watching and listening to Morning Coffee. I'm here with the guys from Zymotic Flow, and we were just talking about creative inspiration and rehearsing and recording and all that great stuff, but we're going to take a look at some pictures of the band that I think our producer has loaded up. So let's have a look.
No.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, look at you.
Look at you. Wow. Great shot. Where was this taken?
This is at a bar in Northeast Philly called Bullshooters.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be called Whiskey Tango, I think.
Yep.
A while
Yeah.
ago. So
Yeah, it was my birthday party in March.
Your birthday party. When's your birthday?
March 22nd.
Oh boy. Okay.
So that's Dan, our keyboardist, and Don.
That's
running,
a nice shot too.
Running away from Dan.
Running away?
Or something.
Running off stage?
That's me again.
Oh,
great photos. Great photos.
You got to work on your birthday, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks to Greg Steyer for the pictures.
Yes.
So, I have a question for all three of you. You can answer individually. What was your musical inspiration growing up? Who did you listen to?
Oh, probably Robert Plant. I mean, is the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually just got to see him a few weeks ago. He was at the Man, and it was incredibly good, like surprisingly good, and
yes.
You know, he's still a great singer, and that's probably my favorite band, and probably the first one to inspire me. I mean, there's tons of singers that I like, but
of course.
Probably, Page and Plant, because Page is probably my favorite guitar player too.
Absolutely. How about you?
You know, I wanted to play when I was a really little kid. I had bands in my house all the time. My dad was in a band, his brother was. So I always knew I wanted to. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And when I tried to learn, I realized how hard it was, and I wasn't sure that I'd ever be able to actually pull it off.
Yeah.
And it was probably around the whole grunge time, you know, and bands like Nirvana were coming out, and the playing seemed to simplify a lot more, which drew me in. I was still a kid, and I was like, wow, I think I can do this. I can play their songs. And, you know, over time I got a little more technical, but I kind of think back, and they weren't my biggest influence, but that was the definite band that got me into playing seriously, yeah.
What about your parents? What were they listening to? And what your dad was playing music, so what was
my
he
mom,
playing?
My mom, I remember very distinctly being a huge Beatles fan. I mean, we would do breakfast with the Beatles every Sunday, open the windows, clean the house, and she would describe and explain. I wanted to understand the lyrics to every song, and I loved listening to her explanations of what John Lennon was trying to tell us. So I was hooked from an early age. I loved it, and my dad was a big Queen fan. But lots of classic rock. My mom was really into Motown, so I had a lot of influences.
That's great,
and I still listen.
You know, and music is so universal. I mean, you know, from as you said, Motown to classical to opera to pop to rock to punk. It's all really one language. Just saying it in a different vein, really. Definitely. So how about you?
For me,
Being a drummer, drummer's perspective is
yeah,
usually
with
different.
me it was I break everything that I touch.
Uh-oh.
So, and then when I was really, really small, my mom has pictures of me, Tupperware,
pots and pans
the
and
whole
all
deal.
that stuff.
I had a moment in 7th grade where it was like, I want to play drums, but they're expensive, and so I cut lawns for a while, bought a crappy drum set, didn't play in high school at all, and then as soon as I graduated from high school, my buddy was like, you got a drum set, you're the drummer.
Uh-oh.
He has a guitar, he's the guitar player, and we locked ourselves away for a year, and I was terrible. And then I got into band settings where I learned to play a little more, never took a lesson, always self-taught.
That's great.
But it shows later in life, I wish that I had practiced.
Some instruction.
Because, I'm not winning any drum solo contests. And then when I met Don back in 97, 98, it was my first jumping into playing songs, not just sitting and jamming and making Bobby Brady style noise. Mm-hmm. So that kind of helped me, and then it just took from me. For some reason, I can just play and do what is required of me. Now I'll get called for gigs and I have to turn them down because I can't read music. So to all the kids out there, even though music programs are dying in school, it's important to keep the music alive for the children. Do good in school, study your music, and you'll go wherever you want to wherever you want to go.
Yeah, and try to learn to read. I know it's hard, but when you're younger, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, because I could go work down in Atlantic City right now if I could spot read.
Yeah.
But I can't spot read.
Tough. It's hard.
Who's your favorite drummer?
Of course, Bonham is someone that, like, listening to Moby Dick when I was a little kid made me want to play drums. People are gonna make fun of me, but I always liked Phil Collins as a drummer, like early Genesis. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Dave Grohl is my modern time guy. Right. Buddy Rich, all the classics.
Right.
I mean, I turn into a 5-year-old when I see a good drummer. Even my friends, I see my peers that I look up to around town, and I see them play, and I turn into a fan like that.
So who do you listen to now?
Right now,
what's your go-to?
Right
artist?
Now, in my CD player, I am listening to, what was it? Mars Volta. I'm listening to right now.
Oh, thank God! Finally coming around.
I don't really listen to much music because we play all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm in the car, I don't listen to music.
That's your quiet time.
I listen to talk, and also too, learning music as a drummer for me, I always have to put the headphones on and listen. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to hear music all the time.
I get it.
We're all the same way because we're around it all the time.
Right.
But when I have my moments,
it's a very loud band.
And we're all different musically. Like the stuff I like, they're like, "Ew, you like that?" And then they'll tell me what they're like, "Ew, you like that?" But it just works for us.
Right. Well, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back with Alex and Don, and they're going to play some acoustic music for us.
Cool.
Here, we have an attractive orange and a distinguished apple. The two similar, but opposites. Theory, a wingman is needed, or perhaps a wing lemon. A friend to the orange and an acquaintance to the apple, the lemon brings the two opposites together. See, with a little fresh thinking, the universe can be surprisingly smooth.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Fitzpatrick's. Deli dine for breakfast and lunch. And at night, gourmet dine for dinner with entrees and specialty sandwiches including certified black Angus cuts of beef and wild-caught seafood, plus catering options for specialty events. Since 1989, Fitzpatrick's, your hometown place with upscale tastes.
Apple Ridge is about freedom. Apple Ridge is about community. Apple Ridge is about home. Apple Ridge, everything you want, more than you expect. Welcome to your new neighborhood. Apple Ridge Senior Living. Enjoy a maintenance-free, affordable luxury lifestyle today. Visit appleridgeseniorliving.com and find out more about the Apple Ridge experience.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Milan, host of Read All About It. I interview authors of all kinds about their journeys of writing and the struggles that they face. You can watch my show at 12 p.m. on Wednesdays. Tune in to Radio Vision Networks. We hope to see you then.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Hey, so we're 2/5 of Zymotic Flow. We're going to play a song for you. This one's called Delirium. I guess at least lyrically, the idea behind the song is kind of the diminishment of teenage angst into, adulthood apathy, and that's the feeling I was trying to capture, and that's the vibe I got from the playing, so I hope you enjoy it. You can download it on SoundCloud, it's on Spotify, you can listen to it anywhere online.
Was this the first tune we ever wrote together?
One of them.
Sound.
One of them.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, is this the cure? Her eyes, they weren't so sure. I thought I knew all along. And we used to be so pure. That was some time before everyone started moving along. What if we become lucid delirium, settle down? No, I've seen darker days, but everything's better now, better now. Why I'm not so sure? She screamed, clever, Fitzgerald. Better to think than obey. Never is never inevitable. I used to talk without the fear of being mocked. Now I try not to speak. I used to walk before the streets they fall. Now I'm just too weak. What if we become lucid delirium, settle down? No, I've seen darker days, but everything's better now, better now. Why I'm not so sure? She screamed, better Fitzgerald. Better to think than obey. Never is never inevitable. I'm up too late, thinking of nonsense, debate, and pacing, waiting for the world to come around. I'm up too late, thinking of nonsense, debate, and pacing, waiting for the world to come around. What if we become lucid delirium, settle down? No, I've seen darker days, but everything's better now, better now. Why I'm not so sure? She screamed, better Fitzgerald. Better to think than obey. Never is never inevitable.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Your credit score is yours, and at Experian Credit Expert, we want to help you really use it. With access to helpful Experian experts over the phone and online, we can help you use it to get a better idea of what info the banks have on you. Use it to get more choice of mortgages. Use it to make your money go further. Take the next step to improving your financial future with your free 30-day trial at Experian.co.uk.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm Charlene Chamberlain. I'm here with the lovely Lori, my guest co-host. Thank you for co-hosting with me today. It was great to have you on the show.
Very exciting.
We're here with Zymotic Flow. They just performed Delirium. That was one of the first songs that you guys worked on together, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Loved the guitar work on it. Very pretty song.
Thank you very much.
Now, do you always perform that acoustic, or is it more electric?
We've performed it acoustic a few times. It's one of our easier songs to transition into acoustic. In fact, I think that's how we wrote it when we first got together. So a lot of our tunes will bounce back and forth from player to player. And this one is one that kind of steadily has Alex and I in the whole song without any bouncing to the keys. We use a lot of keys and sounds. So this one lends itself to acoustic a little bit better than some of the others.
That's a great song. So tell our viewers and listeners how they can find you, they can download your music, and maybe a schedule where you're going to be playing.
Yeah, so we're all over the internet, Instagram, Facebook. You can go to zymoticflow.com. You can download all of our stuff on Spotify and SoundCloud. Also the same way, just Google Zymotic Flow and SoundCloud. Upcoming, we have August 8th, Hollystock in Mount Holly, which is not
that's fun.
far from here. Yeah, that should be good. We're at around 3 o'clock at the Uptown stage. After that, I think we're playing the Liberty Music Fest in Philadelphia at the end of August. Those are our next upcoming things.
That's great.
So yeah, check it out. Me and Don are going to play a little bit more for you.
Yeah, they're going to take the show out for us. So thanks again for being on Morning Coffee. I know it was early for you. I appreciate you getting up and coming on so early in the morning. Yeah. And we're going to step out and let you take it away.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, so this is a cover that we were working on with the band that we didn't quite finish yet, so we're going to try to do it with just us two.
Yeah, first time.
It's an AFI song, you might know. Left here in darkness and found you on the way. But now it is silver and silent. It is silver and cold. You in somber resplendence, I hold your sins into me. Oh my beautiful one, your sins into me. Well, as a rapturous voice escapes, I will tremble the prayer.